This is the Let's Go Win podcast with your host, J.M. Ryerson.
What is happening, you guys? Welcome back to Let's Go Win podcast. You are here for hot topics, and I have a good friend of mine, Miss Brittany, and it's, I'm so used to saying Mullally, but it's Russo, and it's been that way, so my apologies. I have Brittany Russo with me today, and, well, other than being awesome, she's pretty darn knowledgeable about some things that business owners, individuals, we can all take advantage of. And so again, I want to bring value to the audience. I want to talk about what these things are. And I know, Brittany, I'm going to start with life insurance isn't always the most exciting thing, but there's so many benefits that a lot of people don't know about. So I'll open it that way. Welcome. I'm so glad you made it, and great to see you.
It's great to see you too. It's been too long. I agree with you. Nobody wakes up at 5 years old and says, I can't wait to sell life insurance. And no human being wakes up on a Tuesday and says, I can't wait to buy life insurance, right? So understanding that life insurance today is so much more. It's not death insurance anymore, Sam. It is life insurance. It is a product that you use throughout your lifetime while you're still alive. And there's still that misconception that life insurance is something I'm doing for somebody else. Well, yes, there is still that core meaning, and it's something you should want to do for the loved ones in your life. It is so much more powerful than people give it credit for. And let me throw something at you that I know you will find interesting. Cancer screenings are down by 98% year over year since 2020. 98%. So between colon cancer, breast cancer, and cervical cancer, we are going to see an imminent rise as a society. And by the way, this has to do with a couple of factors. This little thing called COVID-19 happened, right? And so medical professionals had to put all of their life and their knowledge and what they have to offer into critical care for COVID. On top of that, clients and consumers are scared to still go to the doctor today. So those preventative care screenings have had a complete downward spiral. And to that end, we will see, again, an imminent rise. But secondary to that, let's take cancer out of the equation. We've talked about cancer for many years, but let's take that apart. COVID, if you had it, you probably lost taste, smell, or both. And if you're one of those lucky people, you didn't lose anything. But many, many, many people lost both. Many people still haven't recovered with both. Now, taste and smell are sensories. Sensories are connected to what? Our brain. So if you don't think cognitive impairment will also be on an imminent rise, I think you have to rethink your knowledge about anatomy. So I think that understanding that life insurance today can cover you for those unexpected illnesses, and especially in the current medical environment we're in, it's something that people need to capitalize on more than ever before.
Yeah, so I love what you said. It's not death insurance. I think that's a really important thing. And you're talking about living benefits, which we'll absolutely get into. I am thinking of fiduciaries that are absolutely scrambling, scratching their heads, going, holy shit, we have 98% down. How do they even plan for this? Because look, if we live long enough, we are going to get cancer. That's just the facts. If you live long enough, you and I, that's just the way it works. So that's frightening. But I guess my question is living benefits. What in the heck are you even talking about? Because, it's not death insurance. I love that. I absolutely hope people heard that. But talk about what the living benefits, what are you talking about? What does that mean?
Absolutely. So when you're sitting down with a financial advisor, or if you're thinking in your mind, I don't have anything to protect my family, I should really consider life insurance. Or I don't have anything in case I get sick, I really need to figure that part out. Living benefits is your opportunity to purchase a life insurance policy that you can actually accelerate the death benefit early. So if you purchase a $200,000 term policy and you're 45, and then something happens to you when you're 50, again, it could be any sort of unexpected illness to your body, you can accelerate that $200,000 early, and it's tax-free money that you can use for your medical care. And oftentimes what clients do is it really does protect their savings, their investments, their homes, their retirement plans, because now they don't have to tap into those particular products or vehicles for those unexpected financial needs. They have this other policy that they can accelerate ahead of time.
So I know that obviously, and I didn't even say, guys, she works with an incredible team, an amazing company called National Life Group. They're like really old. I'm going to say almost 200 years old. I mean,
Yeah.
it really is, right? And so it's a very reputable company, and they help so many business owners. So obviously, outside of me, I get sick. Now I'm not having to come out of my pocket to pay for this. What other benefits as a business owner? Because we have so many entrepreneurs, people that own businesses that listen to this. What other benefits would I see as a business owner owning one of these?
So I love this question because business is a whole nother level of life insurance that people don't realize as a business owner. It's really something you should have in your portfolio. One, like you said, those living benefits. If you get unexpectedly sick as a business owner, it's nice to be able to step out, work on your care, come back into the business and not have to do anything special in the interim. But secondarily is the cash value accumulation. So your ability to earn cash value on the money you're putting into the product, which is really based on market performance, but you're not at risk to the market. So as the market goes down, you have this protection called zero is your hero through the index universal life because it's the company, the carrier that's investing the money, and we're able to just give you the growth of the market. So you have this great downside protection with a lot of upside potential. And as a business owner, who doesn't want some extra cash? So that's your opportunity to sort of build cash and borrow against your policy. And again, all things considered, it's tax-free money. And I say all things considered because as we know, there's some designs where it doesn't work out that way. But most of the time, you've got a tax-free vehicle there and it's fantastic. But on top of that, it goes further because these are the type of policies that you can use as like golden handcuffs, executive bonus plans, buy sell arrangements so that you can have a succession plan to your business, split dollar if you're of that caliber. Last but not least, premium financing. Are you an affluent individual who wants to purchase life insurance, but maybe you don't have all the liquid cash, or you'd rather the bank pay the premium for you because you're worth it? So there's all of these other levels of life insurance as you continue to go up the dial.
Yeah, and one of the things, and admittedly, guys, I have one of these policies. I spend a decent premium every year to fund it, but I do that for a reason. And so I'm not going to chop this up because honestly, I will if I try to explain it. Talk to me about guaranteed lifetime income at a certain age, because again, I'm not saying everybody should put all their eggs in this basket. In fact, I don't believe you would say that either. However, it is one thing that I think if you're looking at your investment portfolio, and I know I'm not supposed to call life insurance an investment, but I'm not selling here. I'm just talking.
Right.
But talk to me about that guaranteed lifetime. What does that mean, and why is that important for so many people? And who is taking advantage of that?
So guaranteed lifetime income is fantastic. And what's really nice is we have it on annuity products, and it's been historically on annuity, but it's on life insurance today. You could never really guarantee anything off of the life insurance plan other than the death benefit as long as you were paying the premium. So now that we're in this space where we know how to really maneuver these policies and allow clients to access them while they're alive, again, that's why I keep saying life insurance. You've got to be with a carrier that's really giving you insurance you're using while you're alive. And so to that end, we're able to price and build a product that gives you an absolute guarantee of how much money you will receive at 65. How amazing does that feel? I'm 33. I never deny my age. I'm 33 years old. I don't know what my life will look like in another 32 years, right? My husband and I only 18 months into our marriage. We could have 10 kids and 25 grandkids and move to France. I don't know, right? Or I could still live in Los Angeles and in a condo. I really have no idea. But what I do know is I want to retire. And I do know I want to retire nicely. And so to that end, to have a source of money that I absolutely know I will receive gives me peace of mind. It gives me a really sound ability to sleep at night, know my money is growing in a way that is comfortable to me, but also is going to be there when I need it. A lot of people, I would say much younger people, are starting to understand the guarantees inside that opportunity because we waited much longer to put into retirement than I think prior generations, right? Especially because there used to be pensions. It's not a thing anymore. And so when you're 22 in your first job and you're just barely making money, you've got student loans and other debts, you're not thinking about your 401k. You're not ready to fund a 401k. So as you get into your 30s and you start to say, oh, snap, like I missed a good 10 years, those ideas of guaranteed income really do bring, again, that peace of mind. But I would say, JM, as we look ahead, it's really people in their 50s and 60s who are like, wow, I didn't put enough money away, and I didn't put enough conservative money away. And especially as the market has been so volatile and the world that we've experienced has been so dire, many people have gone back to work because they couldn't retire in the time they wanted to. So that guaranteed income really does give you not just peace of mind for your growth, but for whatever happens in the world and society at large, I will have this money. And there's nothing that makes you sleep sounder at night than that.
Well, and for those wondering, if you want to feel good about your money, look, insurance companies have really been the foundation of this country, have continued to be, especially you go back through 08, 09, when we need to get bailed out. Guess who was there? It was insurance companies. It was not banks. That's not my point, though. One of the things you talked about is the youth, and there's a reason for this, and I'm so glad you brought this up. You want to give your kids a leg up right now? Go and get this for them. And I'm not selling. I'm just telling, this is what I want you to do. This is one thing Lisa, when she was in this industry, was so good at providing for families and saying, look, give your kids that leg up. The cost of insurance is so low. Can you briefly touch on that? Because again, 33, you're still so young, my goodness. But what an advantage to have that cost of insurance, have that started and be able to accumulate so much faster in a safe, protected asset.
Yeah, for children, it's truly pennies on the dollar. It is so minute. I mean, their cost of insurance in a year might be $3. It's just in a year when you think about it, versus a 33-year-old like me, my cost of insurance in a year is, I think, $500 for the year. So what a huge difference right there, just in that sort of numeric value. And what we know about the IULs is the more money that's going into the index portion versus the expense portion, the better that policy will perform. So as we look at children, because if you're putting, $100 a month into that policy, but that cost of insurance is $3 for the year, imagine how much of that $100 is just going directly to growth. And so they're on a faster trajectory than any adult would be. But then I also pivot back, Bam, to the living benefits, because a child needs living benefits too. I think of my brother who's in the Navy. I have a niece and nephew. If my brother's out to sea and my sister-in-law has to go to work and my nephew gets diagnosed with cancer, who's in the hospital with him?
Right.
So I think of kids. I think kids get diagnosed with scary things every single day. And as the parent, where do you want to be? At work or by your child's side? And these policies allow you to stay by their side. And I think that's that right there. Another living benefit story that's great.
Yeah, and that's one thing your company has done such a great job of. Look, nobody wants to talk about that child getting cancer or talk about someone dying, but it's true. And look, my dad, put him in an annuity, guaranteed lifetime. He's passed away. Now that's gone to my mom. This is real stuff. I know this is not a promotion for NLG, and I appreciate you just providing so much information, but I'll give you that last little opening here. Anything you want to say that I didn't ask you, to just say, hey, this is something, whatever is on your mind that you want to share with the audience.
I will say this. I am deeply passionate about life insurance. Like I said, I didn't wake up one day and decide I would be in this industry. I fell into it, and I fell so much in love with it as I fell into it, because we can truly change lives by protecting Americans. I mean, that's really what it's about. You can change someone's entire life with that death benefit, whether they're using it while they're alive or when they pass away to leave a legacy. You can change the scale of a business by offering them a policy that they can use to sort of replenish. And I think really the most important thing is this industry has such a negative connotation because it's insurance. And I am so proud to be a part of a company that is 174 years old, the second oldest mutual insurance company. And we give our clients, and not only do we give our clients what they ask for, which is their policy when they need it, but we also give back to communities. It is such a big part of our heart to do good, be good, and make good, and be there for communities at large. So if you're nervous about the industry, or whether you want to join it or you want to purchase a policy, do your due diligence and look at the carrier. That's what you need to be worried about. It's less about who's selling you the policy, and it's everything about the carrier that's backing that sale, because at the end of the day, those are the people who are held to those promises. So I think every single person should take 5 minutes of their day and really think about what legacy they're planning to leave behind.
Yeah, I love it. And guys, look, I've been for almost 2 decades, this was the industry that I was a part of. I know the highest level of her company. He is a phenomenal gentleman. He is exactly who you want to get behind. So, Brittany, if they wanted to, I know you're not really in sales. You are and you're not. You provide so much value. But if they wanted to reach out to you, is there a good place for them to go and find out more about what you're talking about?
Absolutely. Follow me on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is my hub for all things, professional world, but also just getting more involved in what this industry can do. So LinkedIn, it's Brittany Sue Russo, because I have a double first name. I got to be cool that way. So Brittany Sue Russo. I work at National Life Group, so you'll find me through that. But LinkedIn for sure is the best way to get a hold of me.
Well, I won't keep you from your beach much longer. I know you're there in SoCal, so I want you to go enjoy it. Thank you. Thank you for providing. I know, again, this is not always sexy, but it is so important, and I appreciate so much you bringing that value.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
You guys, look, I'm a huge fan of life insurance. I want you to at least look at it. I'm not saying go buy it or don't. Look at it. Look at your policies. Make sure they're up to date. Utilize them. There's great living benefits. Reach out to Brittany or info@letsgowin.com. I'll get you connected with someone over there or someone to help you out. Remember, your mindset matters. I appreciate you all. We will talk to you next week. Thank you so much for listening. If this content is delivering value to you, please make sure to subscribe, rate, and review us. That helps us build this community, and that is what we are all about. Building this community as big as we can, helping as many people as we can, and deliver as much value as possible. Be sure to head over to letsgowinpodcast.com for information on my coaching courses, and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn at Let's Go Win 365. Let's go win and transcend in life.
This is the Let's Go Win podcast with your host, J.M. Ryerson.